Hi everybody, so this is a little bit of an educational video. This is for protection. So this is a sigil that I found online. It resonated with me. I like the way it feels. I like the way that the frequency and how it's coming out. So it's a sigil for protection. This is pieces of patchouli root. So I'm just showing you guys how I set up for a spell. So I'm doing a protection spell for myself. By the time you guys see this, the candle will be totally and completely done. But you don't always have to use plates. You guys can use aluminum foil. Decorate the aluminum foil with sigils or whatever it is that you want to write. You can write I am protected, protection all over me, I am protected. You can also write like Archangel Michael sigil on there as well for protection, and not even write anything, and it'll just be symbols. So I'm going to start off with this. So I'm just trying to figure out if this is how I want to leave it or not. And then I also have my roots and powders that I want to use. But I think I'm going to use my Archangel Michael sigil on the aluminum foil. And then I'll walk you through or tell you guys what I'm going to use. And then I'll show you guys what the final look is in regards to the candle. This is something that I recently started doing. I don't want to use plates anymore. So I just leave the aluminum foil written with either my petition or the sigils on, not only on the aluminum foil, but also on the candle, so that my manifestations could be a little bit deeper, a little bit stronger. But around these times in my life and after I've been releasing so many energies, I am now going to work on protection magic from myself. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. Hello everybody, and today's video is going to be about protection. And I'm gonna move the items and things of the things that I'm doing here so that you guys can see me. As a matter of fact, let me see if I am missing, you know what I can do with the cinnamon stick, doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm gonna move all of the items that I am going to be using, the herbs, etc., etc. These herbs that I'm using, you guys can get them anywhere, but I would highly suggest that you get them from places like Mountain Rose Herbs, or somewhere where it's fresh. Some places, I mean, sometimes even like the 99-cent store or like the Dollar Tree has really fresh things and organic things, but somewhere where it's fresh so that your manifestations can be fresh and up to date. So this is a spell that I'm doing for protection, like I said, and it is a spell. But if you're watching this, the candle's already done and over with. So I usually manifest or try to do my things of the things, and record them, and then, you know, post them once it's done. But I mainly gonna show you guys how to work with candles and do your candles and do your things using aluminum foil. This is something that I've been doing lately, or as of late, and I've also been working with sigils more. So this one is the Archangel Michael sigil, and it got messed up. As you can see, I messed it up, but that's okay because I have the sigil everywhere else. And then this, well, let's see, and then this sigil in the middle, or this sigil right here is the same one that's in the middle. This is an I am protected sigil. So this is a personal protection spell. And let's see, how many minutes am I going here? 2 minutes? Okay, so usually I write down a petition, and I'm constantly writing down petitions. But if it's a spell for a client, I can write a specific petition down to the T. And I can protect the client, do what I have to do for the client, love spells, money spells, cleansing spells, you name it. But because this is for myself, and it's just clearly just for protection in its entirety, I'm not going to write down the petition. However, you guys can write down the petition on the aluminum foil, and it saves you time with like cleaning. You don't have to buy a ridiculous amount of plates, or like buy separate plates to do your workings, and it's inexpensive because the aluminum foil, some of the wrappings, like 120 sheets can be like, I don't know, $2-3. You go to the Dollar Tree and it saves you money. And it also gets hot enough or warm enough at the bottom so that your spell is constantly going, according to me. So I'm going to just show you guys what I'm using. So I'm going to place the aluminum foil, which already has basically my petition, which is the sigils for protection. I'm going to now use a separate aluminum foil to dress and do what I have to do with the candle. So this is a black candle, and I usually like black candles or the cat candles for protection. So I'm going to do the same sigils. Usually I have something to write on, or I use an item, not an item, but like I guess a pen or a pencil, but I'm going to use my cinnamon sticks because it's in my room and I don't feel like pausing the video. So I'm going to use the same sigils that I have in my first aluminum foil onto the candle. So and sometimes these are easier to do than others, and some are not. And it doesn't matter how many times you do the sigils or write your petition on top of the candle. I honestly like to write or do the sigils on top of my candles, you guys. So I have 3 of these. It's imperative for me. It's imperative for me to have my candles done. Even if it's a candle like this, or if it's a candle like the 7-day candles, doesn't matter. But let's see here. And some of these things are not going to come out straight, and that's also okay because it's already on the candle. I love symbols instead of writing things. I feel like the frequency of symbols are so much better to me. And then I'm not going to tell you what each and every one of the things that I'm using is, or what it's used for. So I'm using patchouli musk as the oil. Oops. However, these candles, when you guys are doing these candles right here, make sure that you don't put the oil at the bottom where it's not, you know, where it's going to be standing from. Make sure that you don't put the oils or the liquid down here, because then it won't stand where it's supposed to, I find. Then I'm going to use allspice powder. And then once you guys are doing this, you guys can either speak to your candle, put your intention on the candle, and start visualizing. Now, let's see. Put some cinnamon on here. This is cinnamon. I would like to get the powders done on the candle. If you guys have any roots or work with roots and you guys can get them in the form of powder, it's amazing what the powder form of things do. Then I'm going to put some graveyard dirt on the candle. A lot of people use this for like banishing, or like quote-unquote negative workings, or send back to sender. But I use graveyard dirt because it allows the spirits or entities from the behind the veil to assist me in my working. Then I'm going to use the cat's claw. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna use the bloodroot powder because it's the last powder. I didn't realize I had another one. And I use bloodroot for a lot of things. Ooh. Sometimes it's good to use powders that resonate with you, in a sense where if the powder is masculine, that's it's good to use for certain things. If the powder is not that it's masculine, but that it is has the masculine attributes, or does masculine energies, or works with masculine energies, you can do that. Or you can use roots that work with you, or vice versa, you know. Okay, then what I'm going to do, I have the powders, which is why I like them in the cat's claw, attached to the candle, or prepared with the candle. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go back to the aluminum foil that I prepared with these sigils. Now, the reason why you should use another aluminum foil, or a separate aluminum foil where you can get rid of, to dress the candle, is because if you write on here with a marker, it might go away, like if you use any liquids, so that's no good. Now what I'm gonna use next is Abre Camino leaves, or I hope you guys can see that. Abre Camino leaves, and I'm going to open a circle going clockwise. And you can use whatever you feel comfortable, you guys. Whatever rocks your boat, literally. I just sometimes visualize these spells. And most of my spells are custom, like the roots and stuff. So if you guys are interested in spell work, the link to my website is listed below. I'm going to use sage now, and I'm going to use it clockwise as well. Then I'm going to use red peppers, and I'm going to do a circle clockwise as well. You don't have to use a ridiculous amount of these ingredients or products or anything like that. Then I'm going to use cinnamon sticks. These are pretty long. I want 4, so I'm going to just break them in half because I want each cinnamon stick to represent each direction. So I'm going to place them on each direction. Then I am going to use the orange and the star anise. And the reason why I'm using orange is because it really resonates with Archangel Michael. So if you're using a specific entity as well, or frequency is what I like to call them, or angle of light, in your spell work, you should use things that attract them, or you should use herbs that attract their energy. Like if you're doing healing, you can use, you know, star anise, Archangel Raphael, or the frequency of Archangel Raphael is better obtained or attained with star anise. Then once the candle is done, dressed, created, etc., etc., it's going to be put right in the middle. And then I am going to place patchouli root around the candle. And then you can set your intention. And then you can set your intention on the candle. And just light the sucker. So I am going to take the camera so that you guys can see how it looks from another, from another view. Ooh, I hope it doesn't. Here we go. Let me see. Let's see something. Hopefully it doesn't turn off. Hold on. Nope, can't turn the camera. Okay, anyways, so you guys, I hope you guys can see. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna edit this video. Okay, you guys, so yes, those are jewelry and things that we're creating. My blow dryer, I'm on top of the table. So this is how the candle looks. And this is how, not that it should look, but this is the final look of things. So I feel like this is just so clean and so perfect, and then the wax stays on top of the of the aluminum foil as well. Usually these type of candles burn out beautifully. They don't make too much of a mess for me. I know they drip and everything, but these candles from Namaste Bookshop are really good for me. But if you don't want to use these candles and you use the 7-day candles or whatever candle is in the middle, even if it drips, even if it does whatever it has to do, it stays within the aluminum foil because the aluminum foil allows it to dry as well, allows the wax to dry. And so, yes, and if you don't want to use aluminum foil, that's fine. So this is how it looks. So yeah, this is my protection spell. And if you guys are watching this, it's because the candle is totally and completely done lighting itself. So I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'm so sorry for not knowing how to record. Bye.